top of the mat. Body relaxed, the feet together, the arms by our sides. Maybe we'll give it a little shake if it's necessary. Maybe you close your eyes if you feel comfortable. The hands come together at the center of the chest. And we take a big inhale. And a full empty out. Setting an intention or any dedication to your practice. We'll start with an Om together. Let's take a big breath into it. Let's recall and repeat. Vande Gurunam, Vande Gurunam, Charanarvinde, Charanarvinde, Sandara Shiktam, Sandara Shiktam, Swatma Sukhabodhe, Swatma Sukhabodhe, Nishrasya, Nishrasya, Changalikayamane, Changalikayamane, Samsara Hala Hala, Samsara Hala Hala, Mohashantye, Mohashantye, Abahu Purushakaram, Abahu Purushakaram, Shankachakrasi Dharinam, Shankachakrasi Dharinam, Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam, Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam, Pranamamim Patanjalim, Pranamamim Patanjalim. Together. Before we even start, we concentrate on the breath. You can release your hands by your sides. Take a big breath in. Full empty out. Do that again. Inhale. Long exhale. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 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 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, reach the arms towards the sky. Exhale, folding forward over the legs. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Chaturanga, plant those hands, step back to the front. Take it easy for the first one, lower the knees, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to lower back to. Do that again. Inhale, lift the chest. 3, 4. Exhale, release back down. Last one, deep breath in, reach it up. 3, 4. Tuck your toes under, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Inhale here. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Out breath. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Last one, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Stop the inhale, step or hop in between the hands, lift the chest, 3, 4, exhale, fold, 3, 4, root down, reaching the arms towards the sky, 3, 4, exhale, release, arms by your sides, deep breath in, ekam, 2, exhale. Then inhale, lengthen. Chocolate, hand those hands, step back to your plank. With knees or toes will lower. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, hips come up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We stay here for 5 sounding breaths. In, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, out for 2, 3, 4. Stop that inhale, step or hopping between the hands. Lift the chest halfway. Exhale, falling forward over the legs. Root down, your feet coming all the way up. Reach up. On the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. Last one, deep breath in, reach up, look up. 2, exhale, fold forward again. 3, inhale, lift the chest. Chaturanga, press those hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga, high to low. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hips up and back. And again, here, as we concentrate on the breath, concentrate on that equal length of the inhalation and the exhalation. We keep the gaze for our drishti to the navel or to the tip of the nose, if that feels more comfortable. Take an inhale, full out breath. One more, just like that, breath in. Empty that out. On your next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or step to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift the chest halfway. Exhale, just fold. Inhale, root down, reach the arms towards the sky. On the exhale, releasing arms by your side. Surya Namaskar, bend your knees, sit your hips low, reaching up. 2, exhale, folding forward over the legs. Inhale to lift the chest. Chaturanga, plant those hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low. Find a nice back bend. Inhale, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. So putting the right foot in between the hands, back heel pivots down. Virabhadrasana A, reaching the arms towards the sky. 3, 4, exhale, plant those hands, step back, Chaturanga position. Find a nice back bend as we pull through, hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your next inhale, step your left foot in between the hands, back heel pivots down, Virabhadrasana, second side, reach up. 2, exhale, folding forward, plant those hands, step back, Chaturanga position, all in an exhale. Take a nice big inhale as you pull through, hips up and back, down dog. And again, we concentrate on the breath, on the drishti. We stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or step to the top of the mat. Lift the chest halfway. Exhale, just fold forward again. Bend your knees, sit your hips low, reaching the arms towards the sky. And on the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. Last one, bend your knees, and reach up. Do it, exhale, folding forward. Training, inhale, lengthen. Chaturanga, plant those hands, step back to your plank. And lower down. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, hips up and up. Stop that inhale, step the right foot in between the hands, back heel pivots down, reaching the arms towards the sky. Exhale, plant those hands, step back, Chaturanga position. Now inhale, pull through. Dasha, exhale, down dog. Stepping the left foot, Ekadasha, inhale, reaching the arms towards the sky. Dwadasha, exhale, plant those hands, step back. Chaturanga position. Trayodasha, inhale, reaching up. Chaturdasha, exhale, hips up and back. And again, we stay for 5. Trying to keep the hips moving towards the sky. 4, spreading your fingers nice and wide. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale with the heels, bend the knees to walk or step, lift the chest. Shoulders up, exhale, folding forward over the legs. Saptadasha, inhale, bend your knees, reaching the arms towards the sky. On the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. Beautiful. All right, open the feet hip distance apart. Hold on to your hips. Rotate the shoulders back, take a big breath, and just a heads up in here for people attending on Thursdays, we just did half of we are required to do. It's 5 Surya Namaskar A's, 3 Surya Namaskar B's. Okay? All right. Let's take the shoulders back. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, folding forward over the legs. Connecting these fingers to big toes. Take a big breath in as you lift the chest halfway. On the exhale, fold forward. Elbows move to the sides. The crown of the head moves towards the ground. And in here, we call it the state of the asana, the place where we stay for 5. Moving the elbows towards the sides, concentrating on the drishti. 4, the drishti is at the tip of your nose. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to lift the chest halfway. Stay for the exhale. Hands move underneath the feet for Balahastasana. If you need to bend the knees, please bend the knees. Take a nice big inhale, lift the chest. On the exhale, we fold forward back again. And again, state of the asana, Balahastasana. For 5. 4. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale as we lift the chest back again. We stay for the exhale. Hands move from underneath. Hold on to your hips, micro and the knees coming all the way back to your standing. You stand feet together. Yes. Beautiful. Samasthiti. We step the right foot back. All 10 toes turn towards the side of the mat. Extend your arms by your sides. Take a big breath in. And in fact, yes, everybody who owns blocks here, it's gonna move those blocks on the outside, on the back of your heels. I really like that preparation. Thank you. Take a nice big inhale in here. Begin to turn your right foot towards the back of the mat. Get ready. Trikonasana. Hinge forward. The hand lands on your block or on your shin, and the other hand is going to move towards the sky. Keeping the chest nice and open while you do that. So take a nice big inhale in here. From rotating that torso towards the side. Full empty out. One more, just like that, breath in. Long exhale out. Whenever you feel ready, gaze down, micro bending the knee, coming all the way back to your starfish. We close the foot, we open the left foot this time, Trikonasana, second side. We reach forward, we bring the hand to the shin or the block, and the other hand moves all the way towards the sky. Take a nice big inhale here, creating length from the tip of your middle finger down, all the way to the tip of the middle finger up. Full empty out. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, coming all the way back up into your starfish. Parivrita Trikonasana. We take a nice big inhale. We begin to open the right foot towards the back of the mat. We windmill those arms. We reach the left hand towards the front, and we move it all the way into your block on the outside of your foot. The other hand can come on the lower back for now. When you have enough space in here, begin to rotate the torso towards the right hand side. Maybe, just maybe, you begin to reach that hand towards the sky. Take a nice big inhale here. Full out breath. One more, just like that. Deep breath in. Full empty out. Gaze down, micro bend the knee, coming all the way back to your starfish. Second side, we open the left foot this time. We windmill those arms, reaching forward with the opposite hand. Take a nice big inhale, land that hand on your block. The other hand moves to the back or towards the sky. Keep on rotating the chest. Take a nice big inhale in here. Your drishti is in your top hand or to the sky if the neck allows. Take a nice long breath. Let it move right out. Last one. Whenever you feel ready, start coming back to starfish. Extend your arms. Big step forward at the top of the mat. Beautiful. So, okay. Surya Namaskar A, Surya Namaskar B. Padanusthasana, Padahastasana, Trikonasana A, Trikonasana B. Right? Okay. We follow. Let's take a deep breath in. Bring the right foot back. This time we open the stance a little bit more. You take a nice big inhale in here, extend your arms by your sides. On the exhale, open the right foot towards the back of the mat. Begin to bend your knee deeply. Take a nice big inhale in here. On the exhale, your front hand is going to land on the outside of your foot on that block, and the other hand is going to move over your ear. Parsvakonasana. Take a nice big breath in. Full empty out. Chest is nice and open. 2 more. And a long breath out. The back foot is nice and active. 1 more breath. Whenever you feel ready, the gaze comes down, coming all the way back to your starfish, straight up that leg, turn the toes. Second side, we open the left foot back again, we bend the knee deep. We take a nice big inhale in here, Parsvakonasana. On the exhale, we hinge forward, we land that hand on the block or on the outside of the foot. The other hand is going to reach over the ear, creating a nice straight line from the tip of your fingers all the way to your back heel. So tell me, reaching towards the stream. Take a nice big breath in there. Full empty out. 1 more, just like that. Breath in. On the exhale, gaze down, coming all the way back to center. We close the foot. Parivrita Parsvakonasana. We bring the hands in prayer for a moment. Just relax the shoulders. I love this part. We take a big breath in as we open the right foot back again towards the back of the mat. We begin to bend the knee deep. We take a nice big inhale. We twist the torso all the way until it faces the back of the mat. Yep. The back heel is gonna come off the ground for now. We take a nice big breath in there. Begin to twist all the way. So maybe your opposite elbow lands in your thigh, or your hand lands in your thigh and the other hand lands in your lower back. Parivrita Parsvakonasana. If we have a little bit more space, maybe just maybe that hand lands on your block and the other hand moves over your ear. If you have a little bit more space, maybe your back heel comes to the ground. Another in breath. Fall out. Whenever you feel ready, start coming back to center, untwisting, back again. Open up into your side. Let's move into the second side. We take a big breath in, the left foot opens towards the front of the mat. We bend the knee deeply. Hands to the center of the chest. We take a nice big inhale. As we begin to rotate the torso, the back heel comes off the ground. Just to give a little bit more space for that hip. We take a big breath in. On the exhale, we begin to touch that opposite elbow to the thigh. And again, if you have a little bit more space, the hand lands on the outside of your foot. And the other hand reaches over your ear. Take a nice long breath. Beautiful. And to that out. Great. If you have, of course, a little bit more space, the back heel is on the ground. One more inhale. Full out breath. Whenever you feel ready, start coming back to center, untwisting, extending your arms by your sides. Big step forward at the top of the mat. Yeah, oh my God. Who hates Parivrita Parsvakonasana? So difficult. All right, and we step the right foot back again. We turn all 10 toes towards the side of the mat. We catch the hips. We rotate the shoulders back. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, we fall forward halfway. We'll land the hands on the mat. We'll lift the chest. We take a big breath in there. On the exhale, we begin to fall forward again. The crown of the head moves towards the ground while the hands are still pressing on the floor. Yes. The hips moving in towards the sky. Nice big breath in. Full empty out. One more, just like that, deep breath in. Let the breath move out. On your next inhale, lift the chest halfway. Stay for the exhale. Hands move to your hips. Micro bend the knees, coming all the way back to your standing. Prepare for 3 more times of falling in here. This is called Prasarita Padottanasana. B. Take a big breath in to extend the arms to the sides. On the exhale, hands touch your hips. Take a big breath in to lift the chest back again, hands on the hips. On the exhale, begin to fall forward back again over the center. In this posture, Prasarita Padottanasana B, we use the strength of the legs, strength of the hip flexors to help move the torso through. If we need to bend the knees a little to keep the spine nice and long, we bend the knees. The elbows point towards the sky. Yeah, so the shoulders stay away from your ears. Another in breath. Full out breath. Pressing into those feet, begin to rise, leading with the crown all the way back to center. Inhale as you extend your arms to your sides. On the exhale, begin to catch your hands behind you, clasping the hands. You take a nice big inhale, prepare. On the exhale, folding forward over the legs, back again. Prasarita Padottanasana C. If we need a little bit more space on the shoulders, we turn the palms to face the sky. We take a nice long breath in there. We'll let it come right out. Let's take 2 more. Take a big breath in. Hold that. Last one. Once. Whenever you feel ready, releasing, coming all the way back to center. Take a big breath in as you extend the arms to the sides. On the exhale, catch the hips back again. You take a nice big inhale, we rotate the shoulders back. On the exhale, we fold forward over the legs. This time we can add these fingers to big toes. As we lift the chest, see here, take a nice big breath in. On the exhale, we fold forward back again. Elbows move to the sides, crown of the head moves towards the ground. Big inhale. Smooth, empty out. 2 more. Long exhale. Last one. Empty that out. On your next inhale with strong legs, lift the chest halfway. Stay for the exhale. Hands come to your hips, smile and the knees coming all the way back to standing. Big step forward at the top of the mat. Beautiful. Okay. The last one. We take a nice big breath in to open the right foot back, turn all 10 toes towards the back of the mat. So as we turn all 10 toes, well, yeah, the front toes are gonna face the back of the mat. And your back foot is going to be at 45-degree angle, more or less, okay? The stance is more or less 3 feet apart. Catch your hips. Take a big breath in here. Facing the back of your mat, take another breath. On the exhale, begin to hinge forward, falling forward over your front leg. Uttanasana. The chest is nice and open in here. Leading with the crown. Trying to keep the hips. You're going to use those hands as a reference to keep your hips nice and square. So lower this. Yeah. Take another in breath there. Full out breath. With strong legs, begin to rise all the way back to standing. We open the foot and we close the other one, second side. We take a nice big breath in, rotating the shoulders back. And on the exhale, we lean forward and we fold. Trying to keep those hands as a reference. Which hip is going lower? Can you fix it as you fold? As you try to maintain the spine nice and long. And that front leg, nice extend. Trying to avoid hyperextension. There's a lot of things happening in this pose. How come? Take another in breath. Full out breath. On your next inhale, strong legs coming all the way back up. Extend your arms by your sides. Big step forward at the top of the mat. Okay. We're going to skip our favorite pose just for 1 second, okay? We'll come back to it. You take a big breath in to reach the arms towards the sky. It's like, well, whatever. And still falling forward a little less. Big inhale to lift the chest. On the exhale, plant those hands, step back to your plank. With knees or toes lower down. Find a nice back bend. Inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step or hop to your seat. And as we come to our seat, we're going to use strap. And I swear I have another one. I do. Okay. If you don't have a strap, don't worry too much. We'll figure this out, okay? We can do this in several ways. We're gonna lay down. For those of us who have strap, we're gonna place the strap or the scarf or whatever it is around the ball of the foot. If you don't have a strap, Tambi, don't worry too much, okay? So I'm gonna ask you to hold on to the foot or the big toe with your peace fingers. If you need to bend the knee, don't worry too much, okay? Yeah. Take a nice big breath in, holding to the strap or to your foot only with the right hand. The other hand is gonna land on your thigh. The foot down is nice and active. We take a nice long breath in here. On the exhale, we begin to fall forward over that front leg. So maybe lifting the shoulders off the ground, trying to bring the chin towards your shin. Big inhale. Smooth breath out. One more, just like that, breath in. On the exhale, releasing, shoulders move back down to the floor. Keeping your hands on your strap or on your foot, begin to open the right foot towards the right hand side. Notice it here, how much of your left foot begins to lift the floor. Don't let it lift the ground. Take a nice long breath. Empty that out. One more. On the exhale, we come back to center. We take a nice big breath in and here. On the exhale, we fall forward just for one. Inhale to begin to drop the shoulders back down, releasing the foot, releasing the leg. Shake that out. We move into the second side. We begin to lift the left leg towards the sky. We hold on either to the ankle, the thigh, or the big toe. The other hand comes to your thigh. We take a nice big inhale in here. On the exhale, we'll lift the chest, we'll lift the torso. Shoulders come off the floor while the other leg is grounding on the floor. Keep on pressing that heel away from you. Take another in breath. Full out breath. One more. On the exhale, dropping the shoulders back down to the mat. Take a big breath in as you begin to open the leg towards the left hand side. Take a nice big breath in here. Full empty out. The gaze comes towards the opposite side. I forgot to mention. Take another breath. On the exhale, begin to close that leg back again. Lifting the chest, lifting the shoulders off the ground just for one. On the exhale, releasing shoulders back down to the floor. Releasing the foot. Releasing the leg. Shaking that. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Give ourselves a little squeeze. Yes. Rock and roll side to side a couple of times. Maybe rock and rolling up and down. Finding your way to your downward facing dog. If you need to go through a flow, or just keep the flow, go right away into the down dog, whatever your body needs. On your next inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees to walk or step to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, just fold. Root down through your feet, coming all the way up, reach up. On the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna try to replicate that and stand, of course. Yeah, we all know this. Okay, so you can use your strap. That's always an option. Just try to keep the leg nice and long. You can use your you can just connect index and his finger, index and middle finger to the big toe and keep your leg bent in here. We're just gonna try this time, instead of just coming into the knee, we're gonna try actually to explore that possibility of keeping the leg kicking out, okay? So to do that, we hold on to the shifting weight into the left foot and we pick up the right leg. So whatever it is, the strap or the big toe, we begin to lift. And if we need to use the wall just for a moment, yes, we use the wall. And we take a nice long breath in there. And we empty out. Just holding on to the balance. Take another inhale. And whenever you feel ready, begin to open your leg towards the side. Nice big breath in. Let it move up. Beautiful. On your next inhale, begin to close the leg back again. Stay for the exhale. Releasing your leg, pointing your toes, hold on to your hips. Take a big breath in. This is the easy part. Full empty out. One more. On the exhale, releasing all the way back down. Okay, we shake that out. I refer to the easy part as, okay, but you're not holding on to anything else other than your hips, and then your leg kind of like lifts because you're using the easy part. Your hip flexor. And yeah, I mean, you know, swear to God. Yeah. I love that phrase that my teacher uses of like, I love the smell of burnt hip flexors in the morning. It's like really nice of him. Yeah. Begin to reach all the way into the right foot this time and we pick up the left leg. And again, you can use your strap or your fingers to hold on to the leg. And we begin to explore the possibility of straightening it up. Yes. Find the balance first. Hold on to it with the same hand. Yeah. The other hand lands on here. Take a big breath in here. Focusing on a point that's not moving. Full out breath. One more just like that. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we begin to explore the possibility of open the leg towards the side. Take a nice big inhale here. Full out breath. Whenever you feel ready, start coming back to center. We release the leg. We extend the leg, holding onto your hips, point your toes. Take a big breath in. See if you can move it a little bit higher. One more breath. And on the exhale, release. Keep together. Shake that out. All right. All right, let's take a big breath in to reach the arms towards the back. On the exhale, we fold forward over the legs. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, plant those hands, step back to your plank. With knees or toes, lower down. Find a nice back bend. Inhale. Exhale, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Whenever you feel ready, step or hop to your seat. All right. Beautiful. So we saw all the foundational asanas, the first posture of the primary series. which is pretty good. We kind of like made a little pause and then like kind of like broke the first pose into reclining and then standing. And okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's move into closing sequence. And I guess like I always feel like we never give enough space for closing sequence, and it's a very important part of the practice because this is exactly where we access that part of like, okay, well, we did a lot of work of the Surya Namaskar, we got the heart pumping a lot, right? Like, and then we did a lot of strengthening on the legs, and then we did a lot of like learning through the whole primary series. And then the closing sequence is there to access that part of the nervous system, is able to calm ourselves down, right? Like we kind of like bring the practice down, and the nervous system settles and prepares it for breathing and the rest of the steps, right? In the 8 rooms of the yoga practice. So okay, so moving into closing, we're gonna use the block. We're actually, well, if you have the block, let's use the block. If we don't have the block, we need to get your block. But okay, in the meantime, let's not use the block this way. We're gonna set up for 3 backgrounds. We're gonna explore only Setu Bandhasana, the 3 ways we did on Thursday. All right, Setu Bandhasana, with the block in between the thighs, and with the hands on the mat, lifting, with the hands behind us, and with the hands overhead. Okay, we're just gonna do those 3 together. So set up, just lay down on the floor, keeping your head, your block in between your thighs. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Okay, and if we don't have a block, don't worry too much. I want you, Tammy, to imagine you have a block or a ball in between your knees, in between your thighs. And I want you to keep those thighs nice and active as you lift into these 3 backgrounds, okay? We press the hands on the mat first. We press the feet on the ground. We'll lift the hips towards the sky. And we take a nice big breath in there. Full empty out. Keeping the hips up, pressing the feet. 2. 3. 4. 5. Releasing the hips back down to the ground. We're gonna do that one more time. Take a big breath in to lift the hips towards the sky. This time the hands interlace underneath your hips or underneath your sacrum. Nice long breath. Empty out. Another inhale. And on the exhale, release the hips back down to the ground. The third variation, and this will only depend on how the shoulders feel. Extend your arms overhead with the palms facing up. We take a big breath in as we press the feet on the floor, begin to lift the hips back again. Take a nice big inhale. Full out breath. 2 more. Strong legs, last one. On the exhale, begin to release the hips coming back down to the ground. Hug the knees into the chest. Releasing your block. Maybe rock and roll side to side. We come into one side, at the side of your choice. We help yourself up into your seated position. After the 3 back bends, Paschimottanasana, extending your legs in front of you, hands beside your body. Rotating the shoulders back, deep breath in and here. On the exhale, we begin to walk those hands forward, holding on to any part of your legs that is accessible. It doesn't really need to be a very deep forward fold. It's gonna feel a little bit strange after the back bends. It's pretty normal, as long as it's not painful. Maybe you even soften the knees a little, so the chest moves a little bit forward. With the breath, you will start noticing in here how the back opens, and it will give you a little bit more space to move forward. Belly button comes in, take a breath. Let it move up. One more, just like that. Breath in. Full exhale. Whenever you feel ready, start coming back to center. Shaking that up. Okay. 2 inversions. And for this, I'm going to give you your own time. We're going to meet back again in just close with the 3 seated positions. Just going to show you what we're going to do. We have Savangasana or shoulder stand. I believe, Tambi, I think you do Savangasana. You practice Savangasana? Yes. Okay, so for those of you who practice Savangasana or shoulder stand, you just go ahead and go through that. You can use the wall, just as I showed you in your sketch. You know how to practice that. Do you practice Savangasana? Okay. For today, we're just gonna keep the legs up the wall. Okay. So we're gonna move the short end of the mat close to the wall. And we're gonna show the legs up the wall together. I mean, if you want to start with Savangasana, it's a better option for today. Okay. Okay. One of the things.
Andrea, how many breaths in Sarvangasana?
Sarvangasana, we're gonna take let's say 10 breaths with the legs straight.
Okay.
And if you practice Halasana, which is the legs behind your head, 10 breaths there.
Okay.
And 10 breaths with your knees towards your ears. Only if you practice that. If you only practice with the legs straight, let's do 25 breaths in total.
Oh, okay.
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 If it's too much, you can come down before that, for sure.
Okay.
I will watch you from here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
10 and 10. 10, 10 and 10. Yes. Beautiful. Legs up works well. If today, for some reason, Savangasana is not working for you, there's always the option to move into the wall and just practice legs up as well. Beautiful. So, yes, holding on to your hips, begin to walk your hands a little bit more into your lower back, straightening up those legs. Beautiful. The legs are squeezing together. Yes. And we notice the breath. Let's begin to lower into Halasana. Legs behind, over your head. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's right there. How does that feel? You need a block? Nope, just good. Okay. Okay, moving to the wall. Okay. On Thursday, Tambi, I'm gonna show you the version with the wall, Sarvangasana with the wall. Okay, it's just gonna relax in there. Whenever you feel ready, if you're still in Halasana, knees towards your ears. And if you're still flying, taking your legs back to the chest, begin to unfold all the way down with control, taking your time, supporting those hips. It's easier if you hold the knees into the chest. Yes, exactly. It's like if you were a little ball rolling back to center. Okay, take a couple of breaths in there. Breathing in and out. We're gonna open the chest after this one into Matsyasana. So we move away from the wall, those of us who are with legs up, and extend. We're just gonna keep the legs extended for today. Legs are extended. The forearms are gonna press on the ground, and we're gonna lift the chest. So we lift the chest, lift the torso. The chest kind of like pops all the way towards the sky, kind of like arch slightly. And if the neck feels good, we begin to open the throat towards the sky. The top of the head is wanting to reach all the way towards the ground. Okay. And we breathe. Two. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Pressing the forearms on the floor, tug the chin towards the chest, releasing shoulders down to the ground. Give yourself a moment here. We turn into our side, towards any side of your choice. Coming back to your seat for a moment. As we come into our seat, explore the second position in this sequence, which is a headstand. I'm not gonna headstand today, of course. If you want to headstand, you can headstand. You be my guest. And but okay, we're just gonna work into that position. Okay, so for us that are curious about headstanding, and of course, if you are not curious about this and you don't want to do that, You don't have to, but if you want, you can bring your forearms. We're gonna bring the forearms on the floor, and we start kind of like in a tabletop. I like to start in a tabletop where my hips are over my knees, and my forearms are kind of like in this triangular shape here. And kind of like my triangle starts being quite narrow. So it's more or less, many people says it's kind of like the measure in between your forearms and then you form the triangle. I even put it a little bit shorter. That measurement, I do it a little bit shorter. Because I tend, especially when we're starting, we tend to open and then the triangle ends up being like this. And kind of like the foundation gets lost. So kind of like start nice and narrow. I interlace my fingers and I tuck the pinky finger underneath and I bring it to my palm. I kind of like secure the arms because they have a little kind of like wiggle, the skin kind of like wiggles in here. So I can like secure it, boom, boom. And then I breathe in here. And in here, I can just say, you know, like just exploring, you know, the possibility of bringing a little bit more weight into my shoulders. And I can even walk my knees a little bit back and then lean forward into my forearms. And this is where I can start building, you know, like building a little bit of strength. If I feel strong in this position, okay, bring my knees forward, tuck my toes under, and then begin to lift my hips. And I'm not going to place the head anywhere close to the mat today. The head is going to be lifted, and in fact, the gaze is going to move towards my fingers. And even like I can move the fingers, the thumbs up, and kind of like shift my gaze towards my thumbs. And in here, of course, if I feel very strong, I begin to walk my feet a little bit closer to my elbows. And I work a little bit towards maybe bringing my forehead to the thumbs and pushing back, forehead to the thumbs, pushing back, forehead to the thumbs, pushing back. Couple of times. So wherever you are, the head is nowhere near the floor. We're just building strength on those forearms, right? Hips up into the sky, forehead taps, and come back. Forehead taps and come back. Let's say maybe 5 to 10 repetitions. Of course, taking rest wherever you need. We're gonna close the shoulders a little bit more. Yeah. You see how they start to open? Yeah, I told you. Yeah. Whenever you feel ready, coming back to center. Take a look at your elbows, right? Did they kind of like roll towards the side? Okay, this is exactly why we kind of like close them a little bit more, right? Like when we're doing all the work, kind of like the shoulders are like, yeah, whatever, whatever. I'm just gonna walk and then like lose the foundation, and that is when kind of like the problems start, because okay, you lose the foundation and then all the weight comes into the head. All right, so that's exactly what we're trying to avoid at all costs. When the weight comes into the head, we just come down, there is no headstand, okay? It's more the shoulders, the weight is in the forearms and the strength comes from the shoulders. Once we are there, we can start exploring the possibility of taking the legs up, okay? So just a little introduction. If you want to work on that while we don't see each other, and then safely, please do not attempt anything crazy. And we can, yeah, you can just start practicing that little gentle tap of the forehead and coming back. And I promise you, today feels very strong, and then it's gonna come a time it's like, okay, like these repetitions are not doing anything, you know, like it's just like super easy for me. I need something else. And that's when you come to me, and then I'll give you something else to entertain yourself with. Okay, so all right, we're gonna close with our legs crossed. If you practice half lotus, full lotus, whichever cross-legged position you practice in here. We're gonna bring the arms around and we're gonna hold to either opposite forearms or opposite elbows, keeping the chest nice and open. We take a breath in here. On the exhale, we begin to fall forward over the legs, over the center. And if the forehead touches the floor, great. If the forehead doesn't touch the floor, we bring it log underneath. So just we have something nice and solid to fall into, to just rest the forehead into. Yes. And we breathe. That's about 4, 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Inhale to lift. Releasing your arms from behind you. You're gonna place the hands behind us, just a few inches behind us. Press those hands on the mat, lifting the chest towards the sky, and maybe the gaze moves towards the sky as well. And we open for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Begin to release back to center. Index and thumb come to touch. Yan mudra. Index and thumb come to touch. The other fingers remain extended. The crown of the head points towards the sky. Chin slightly tucked. Spine is nice and long. I'm gonna quote my teacher. Sound breathing. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Release the mudra. Plant those hands on the floor. Step back to your plank. With knees or toes, lower down. Find a nice back bend. Inhale. Exhale, hips up and back. Raise the heels, bend the knees, walk or step to the top of the mat, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, just fold. Rooting down through your feet, coming all the way up, reach up. And on the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. We close with our closing mantra. We own together and we do call and repeat. We take a big breath in. Swasti prajapyaha. Swasti prajapyaha. Paripalayantyam. Paripalayantyam. Nyayena margena. Nyayena margena. Mahim maheshaha. Mahim maheshaha. Gobrahmanebhyaham. Gobrahmanebhyaham. Shubhamastu nityam. Shubhamastu nityam. Loka samasta. Loka samasta. Sukhino bhavantu. Sukhino bhavantu. Together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Releasing your hands. Ekam, inhale, reach up towards the sky. Doi, exhale, folding forward over the legs. Reni, inhale, lengthen. Chaturanga, plant those hands, step back to your plank. With knees or toes, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hips up and back. Whenever you feel ready, drop your knees. Find your way to your back with the crown of the head towards me. Yes. Just laying down in Shavasana. Yes. Allowing your legs and your arms to relax on the ground. Shuklam Bhadranam Vishnu Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasannavanam Yaye Sarvavigno Vashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varate Kamarupini Idhyam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Adideva Namastubhyam Prasida Mama Vaskaram Divakara Namastubhyam Pravakara Namostute Akandamandalakaram Yaktan Yena Characharam Tattvam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vasudevastu Tam Devam Kamsacharmuramartanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum Ajnanatimidandasya Jnanam Jnanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Allow a deep breath then to come into your lungs. And a full empty eye. Take your time to maybe wiggle your feet, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, not your feet. As you feel ready, start coming back to your fetal position on your left hand side, taking your time to get there with some rush. As you find yourself ready, take your time to get back into your seat with your eyes closed. Your hands at the center of the chest. Taking a moment here again to come back to your breath, to your sankalpa, your intention. Rub your palms together to cover your eyes. We rub the palms one at a time. Cover from the crown of the head all the way down, covering ears, face, throat, shoulders, arms, chest, back, legs, feet. Thank you so much, everybody. It's an honor to be here with you. Thank you so much for joining us.